Hello everyone, welcome back. Unfortunately, you may have noticed, but unfortunately my recorder crashed again while I was trying to do this boss. So unfortunately the cutscene is going to be lost, sadly. So, we're back, and without further ado, allow me to show you possibly my favorite boss in the entire game. Or one of them. The Centipede Demon! Now, you probably have noticed, there's lava everywhere, so my first recommendation, run. Because if you follow this path, there's going to be a path where there's actually no lava! Fortunately, it does require you to actually get in the lava for a bit, so once you do that, Nice Solaire will follow me, of course. I only brought him in because, well, it's Solaire. And basically what you want to do now is just wait for the Centipede Demon to come. You want him to come to you. Amaze Solaire is staying with me because ordinarily, past experiences at least, he's normally tried to attack the Centipede. Has normally charged straight into the lava to go after him. So, I'm just going to try to instigate to get this guy onto here. And I'll say this now, when I first fought this guy, it was possibly the biggest clusterfuck in the world, and it was amazing. Also, if you can cut one of his tails off and kill him, you will get the orange charred ring, which is actually the same reward as if you killed him at the start. And basically all I did is I got the reward sooner, which I'll tell you what it does after we have killed rather depth to him. So, I can actually use my Wife Dragon Breath to finish this off. Or have Solaire do it. Okay. Basically, what makes this fight kind of cool is if you fight him basically at that very starting area where the fog gate is, because basically you end up fighting with the boss on top of you the entire time, and it is just and if you're locked on, it's basically a gargantuan mess, and it's just beautiful. It's like watching a train wreck. But even so, the Centipede Demon has fallen, and we acquire the orange charred ring, which reduces lava damage. Since his sores were inflamed by lava from birth, his witch sisters gave him the special ring. But fool that he is, he readily dropped it, and from that spot, a terrible Centipede Demon was born. So, basically, this kind of also confirms what I mentioned of Cease's Discharge being the Daughters of Chaos's brother. I guess he's like the little brother, I suppose. But yes, we basically just fought his ring of all things. In essence, basically. And as you can see, the amount of damage I took from the lava just getting to the spot versus what I take now is drastically lowered thanks to the power of the orange charred ring. Which is there's reasons we got this ring. But, going through here, we meet Mr. Solaire once more. Let's go have a chat with him. Kind of seems a bit down.
Why? Why? After all this searching, I still cannot find it.
What do you mean? Why can you not find it?
Why? Why? After all this searching?
Solaire's kind of down because he's lost, because basically his attempt to searching the sun, he's been searching high and low from Anarlando to pretty much down here in the demon's ruins, and yet he's still yet to find his son.
Why?
He's probably having doubts, which is kind of understandable. It's rather sad. But all I can say is welcome to hell, where there is lava everywhere. For a good portion of this place, because if it will tell me if the game will change names, please. There we go. Welcome to the welcome to the ruined city of the lost city of Izalith. Pretty much now a lava-filled ruins that is filled with demons. Yeah. I kind of don't like this place, to be perfectly honest. Because of all the lava, because of these guys, They're called the Prowling Demon, the Bounding Demons of Izalith, or something like that. But basically, they're the lower halves of undead dragons, as you've seen, especially from my run in the shortcut I did in the Painted World. Yeah, it's basically a bunch of these guys, only they will attack you, and it is quite merciless. I'm going to be very quick, and I will show you a few things you can get, just the few items you can get through this run. That's it. Mostly because I don't want to be spending too much time in here, more than necessary. But if you, okay, and the first thing is if you walk here, you'll get a chest, and it will contain the soul of a great hero, which pretty much gives you a lot of souls. But I'll tell you now, going that way, going around will get that guy's attention. He will attack you. But if you don't, just go this way. Just walk around the other way. And basically what you want to do is either two things, either go up that branch up there, or just run ahead this way. Weave through the roots. There will be a fire demon statue waiting for you, but you can just patch him easily, because there's no point to him. He's just an annoyance. But if you go to this door, which will be a false room, it will have a bonfire. And the only bonfire, I'll say this, the only bonfire worth it in Izalith. Just keep that in mind, because it literally is, and it's rather kind of annoying. So I'm going to, as I mentioned, I'm going to give some more points into my vitality, because I kind of am tired of having, like, no health, basically. So I'd like to have some as a security blanket, at least. So, that said, we have a lot of things to do, actually, here in Izalith. So, well, let's continue onwards. This will also be sort of and I'll also say this now, this is going to be the farewell of a few people we have met in our journeys, as well. Regrettably to say. So, yes, armed with that knowledge, prepare. And let's get rid of some more of these demon statues, because no one likes them. Nor do I. They're just kind of annoying. Their habits of breathing fire is rather annoying. Die, all of you. It's like there's no real rhyme or reason for having these guys here. They're just, you know, they're just kind of strewn about just to be in your way. You can run past them because, well, probably you're faster than they are. I'm just killing them just to take no chances. And it actually kind of looked like I was breathing fire, which kind of looks pretty cool. Yeah. That is a weird tentacle monster-like thing. You were not seeing wrong. Basically, that is what is known as a Chaos Eater. It has acid. It basically is something it's pretty much something I probably would see out of Lovecraft. Tentacles, eyes, and a giant gaping mouth. And lots of them. Go away! But apparently they're a good source of red titanite chunks, and I believe occasionally, very rarely, some slabs. But up there, a foe of ours. That is one of the daughters of Chaos, presumably the eldest daughter of the Witch of Izalith. Gone mad, apparently, corrupted by Chaos. So let's do this poor girl a favor and put her out of her misery. She's armed with pyromancies that are pretty much dangerous, but she's no longer a danger now. But she's not the only person we meet. We also have we have the final encounter with Knight Kirk. Well, I'm actually going to try to fight fairly this time. Because I think both, like, the two times I fought him, I pretty much hardly has given him any much of a chance to really fight. And so, Knight Kirk has fallen. That'll be the last we see of him. Well, not exactly. We'll meet him one last time, but it won't be in a fight. And the final thing, his last of his items that we acquire is the barbed straight sword. The choice weapon of the infamous Darkwraith Kirk, also known as the Knight of Thorns for the gnarly spikes on his favorite weapon. This frightful sword deals only thrust attacks and causing heavy bleeding. So, Kirk is finally Kirk is now dead. That Foggate I will attend to later, mostly because I want to go here now, where there are more, fortunately, statues. A lot of them. So, well, let's get rid of this game. And going this way is the highway, which pretty much is the overhaul bridge we saw at the very beginning. But also, to note, in here there is a Titanite Demon. And I'll be honest, I have not fought this one before. I haven't fought this guy before, so I will apologize in advance if I die, because more than likely that's going to happen. I'm just going to try to apply what I know with generally fighting the Titanite demons, and go from there. Probably going to be difficult just due to the... Oh god, he ignores my damage. It's probably going to be difficult just because of the narrow space alone, but I'm going to try to do what I can. Try to take advantage. Okay. But it puts me behind him, that's good. Oh, this is evil. I think they intentionally put you here where where it really is hard to actually outmaneuver him. Come on, kill him. There we go. Unfortunately, this demon, or rather, fortunately, I guess, if you're running it, this Titanite demon, unlike his brethren that you'll probably meet throughout the game, is actually respawnable, so you can farm him for Demon Titanite infinitely. So, yeah. So if you're using weapons that require that to be upgraded, he is pretty much your main source. But be wary due to the fact that you have very little places to move, and my game clicked out again. So sad. And I spy with my little eye a little lizard I want to kill. So come here, little bug. Oh, I'm not here yet? Huh. Okay, so... Alright, basically these are chaos bugs. Oh, no, there he is. Ah! No! Game, don't do this to me right now. So, we found Solaire. You believe he has found his son. Unfortunately, he's gone crazy. Sorry, Solaire, but...
I have my very own son. I am the son. I've done it.
I'm sorry, Solaire. With that, Solaire has unfortunately met his end. He found what he believed was his son, and unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Killing him, you get all of his equipment. For what drove him to madness were these chaos bugs. They clung to his head and drove him mad, making him believe he was incandescent as the sun. There is one of these bugs that you kill, the one with glowing eyes. If you kill him, he will never respawn back and will acquire the sunlight maggot, the very thing that he wore. A loathsome parasite that inhabits Lost Izalith is completely immobile, yet still lives. When worn on the head, it emanates a blinding light, which is why it is known as a sunlight maggot, which, upon wearing, allowed you to illuminate all. Which I guess, in a way, Solaire believed it was the sun, that he had found the sun he was looking for. So, with that, our quest with Solaire has ended. But yet it is not over. There is more despair to be had, sadly. I wish it was over, but it won't. For this, you will need the rusted iron ring. I heavily suggest doing this because you will need to move around. For this next part, will put you in a scenario where you will need free mobility. This is actually kind of becoming the downer version of it now, because we've killed Kirk, we've killed Solaire, who pretty much both we've encountered throughout our journey, and now we're about to, and over there you see Mr. Sigmire, but you've also noticed he's standing over a pit with these things. I'll say this now, you want to get rid of at least 3 of them. You want to keep one of them alive. A thing I'm planning on doing right now, which I'm going to do right now. So, let's move over to see Sigmire. Come after me? No, it's not. Okay. And see what Sigmire's. And see what's up on with Sigmire. He seems rather contemplative, or asleep. It's like Sigmire, always asleep, eh?
Oh, excuse me, I was so absorbed, drifted away onto the wall. Well, what's on your mind? No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat. No, I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time comes.
Basically, 3 outcomes will happen. I'm gonna try to get to the 3rd outcome to happen. If you talk to him once more, well, we'll see.
Fred, I have an idea. A good one, Fred. I will rush die thinking if I you can slip away in the confusion. Please, Fred, I owe you much more. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow.
After you defeat them, you want to speak with Sigmire.
But you, didn't you get away? Well, you saved me once again. Oh, I'm good. I'm exhausted. I think I'll have a rest. Oh, don't you worry. The ground below me is my pillow. I'll recover. Okay.
Even though we have died, Sigmire will live on. We will meet him once more. In one final place. And with that, pretty much we have done everything we need to do in Izalith. I'll meet you guys back over in that room so I can collect my souls very quickly, so I'll see you guys then. You know what? Actually, I've sort of changed my mind. Actually, no, what am I doing? I should probably collect those souls. That is the more important thing. I was going to try to go through the fog gate to deal with the boss, but I am realizing, I kind of realized at the last minute how terrible of an idea that actually is. At least how that can lead to a bad idea. And the Chaos Eaters that we killed, the ones that were blocking the way for Sigmar, they're gone, basically. And Sigmar is still here, so we can actually have one last chat with him, I believe. At least for him to still be asleep. But yes, basically he's an attempt to repay the debt that he has long since acquired from us assisting him. Try to get rid of the Chaos Eaters to allow us to escape. But we saved, and in the end, we only saved him again. Pretty much the other two outcomes that would have happened is to do nothing and let the Chaos Eaters kill him. He would die, and the quest would end. Another scenario would be if you had defeated the Chaos Eaters. After you would assist him again, you would assist him as we did. Although, if his health was lower than half, he would die he would succumb to the poisons of this swamp, of this swampy area, and die, and the quest would be over then. But we've chosen the third option, which has allowed him to live. And I don't know how to get out of here, so I'm going to take the somewhat cheap route, and I will meet you at the boss gate, at the fog gate. So I will see you guys. I'll meet you guys then. And we are back and in front of the fog gate. So without further ado, let us venture forth. Traverse with white light. To possibly, and I'm not gonna lie, this next experience is gonna suck. Because this is quite literally the worst boss imaginable. This is gonna be painful. Welcome to the bed of chaos. Dear God, and my God, what a fight it will be. Basically, this boss is very unconventional from anything we've dealt with, for the sole reason that this is more of a puzzle than an actual boss. So, basically what you want to do is to go to each side and destroy the orbs. Your more suggested is to kill this one first. This will make so much sense later. Although I should cheat this boss out, because that's generally what is an understood rule for how much pain this thing is. But I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to see if I can honestly make it normally, which is not the best, which is not a good thing. Because basically this boss, every time you destroy an orb, every time you destroy one of the orbs, it gets kind of worse. It's steadily worse. Also because it gains a new ability, the floors fall apart. And I'm dead. What? Wait, what? What was it doing? I don't think I've ever seen that, whatever it was. It threw a bunch of fireballs at me. But yeah, you're sort of seeing what makes the bed of chaos an awful fight. So, I'll be back inside the fog gate, so you'll probably see me sliding down. See you then. Alright, well, we're back, and I guess while we're here, I should actually mention anything about the Izalith catalyst. So, basically it is the catalyst of the Witch of Izalith of long ago, when her daughters were still flame witches before they were engulfed by the chaos flame. Before the birth of pyromancy, their wands were mediums for sorcery, but knowledge of this flame sorcery has long since vanished. And we're going to go straight into the bed of chaos. I'm not even going to bother going after my souls because well, the simple reality is they're gone. And I'm dead. Welcome to the bed of chaos, by the way. You will just die constantly to this boss. Why? Because it is awful. So I'll meet you guys, well, back at the fight. So basically, I think you guys are kind of seeing the premise of what's wrong with the Bed of Chaos. It's not really a boss. It's not really a boss you can fight, and I'm sure there's probably better strategies of fighting him, but I don't know of them really. To be perfectly fair, I'll collect my no souls while I'm here. Basically, I'm just gonna. Oh, tits. I'll just meet you guys. I'll just be back. And we're back, sadly and painfully, back to the Bed of Chaos. We're gonna go and hopefully do a thing that does not involve dying. As I try to figure out how I'm going to get over to the next ward. Because ordinarily you can run this way, but of course it bars your way. So what you're supposed to do accordingly is make a run up to this island. Wait a brief second. Make it over here. Run over to this small bit of land. Oh my god, I did it. And basically, roll in here and chop this thing. That is now phase 2 down. And sadly, it gets actually worse. Surprising. It gets much worse now. For now, the soul of chaos is now in full asshole mode. And you're not gonna believe what we have to do now. But first, because I don't want to run back, I'm quitting. This is actually an understandable strategy, what you do when you fight the Bed of Chaos normally. Because of just how terrible it is, the one strategy that is that's kind of accepted is quitting and reload after each time you destroy one of the orbs. For the sole reason it does two things. One, it gets you out of there. And two, it pretty much brings you in a position where you're ready to actually finish off the boss, possibly. Or not, if the boss decides to mess with you. But, and the only reason this is actually good is due to the fact that any progress you make with the boss actually stays there, so destroying the two orbs stays that way. Because trust me, if you had to do all this in one go every time, this would probably be the worst thing imaginable for any player of Dark Souls. And I am not the only one who thinks this. Everyone does. Because it's a bad boss. Oh! Bed of Chaos, you horrible person. Basically, you want to make you need to make it to the very middle, and I'm dead. Glad I quit my game, just die right away. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. By all means, yes. Clearly. Alright. I'll meet you guys back. Hopefully with less failure and less the Bed of Chaos attempting to attack us. Which literally at this point, every time you slide down, it will always open up with that move at the slope. It's like literally the Bed of Chaos hates you so much it wants you dead. Right, and basically what you want to do is you're forced to do a jump down that single rope. And basically if you make that jump, you gotta roll down through this little vein part to fight where you need the very core and essence of the Bed of Chaos. The mutated remains of the Witch of Izalith. Oh! No! Wait, I got the Lord Soul. Does that mean does that count? Wait a minute. Okay, well, we defeated it. We get the Lord Soul of the Bed of Chaos and the Mother of all Demons. This Lord Soul was found at the dawn of the Age of Fire. The Witch of Izalith attempted to duplicate the first flame from a soul, but instead created a distorted being of chaos and fire. Its power formed a bed of life, for which would become the source of all demons. It is more than enough to satiate the Lord Vessel. Unfortunately, I want to get those souls back that I lost. Unless I've probably lost them forever from dying. But that's actually a reason I don't like the Bed of Chaos. Is even when you're in there, it can still try to kill you. It will actually try to kill you, and you could be at the final stretch, ready to finish it off, and that move will kill you. When you would think logically, there's no way the thing would actually attack you. Like, it should not be able to by logic. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my only real beef with the Bed of Chaos, other than the fact that, for the most part, it's kind of shit. It's not really a well-designed boss, and even the creators unfortunately had to bow down to that. They had to agree that for the main reason that they didn't really know what they wanted to do with the Bed of Chaos. That was really the main reason that it turned out to be the mess that it kind of is now. The horrible, horrible bosses. They just didn't know what they wanted to do. They didn't know what to do. They weren't sure what they wanted to do with the boss, so they're kind of left with they left us with this torrential mess, basically. So enough of my bitching. I'm gonna get my souls, or die trying and lose all of them and cry a river, because, well, 60,000 souls, man. Stuff you don't cry. That's something you don't joke around. Hopefully, at least I hope I can catch them. I hope. Because I know it's going to remain a ruined mess, and there's no way I can just... Wait. Yeah, I was about to say, if that was all cleared and I could just run through, that would have been suspicious, but I don't... But thankfully, I don't trust the game, because I know too well. So, whoop. Alright. What you didn't see as well, unfortunately, if you're in there, you can actually there's a bonfire that shows up here as well. If you did not die like I did, or doing what I'm doing, this is your way out, basically. And I dig myself. Good. That's very good. So I'm going to try to use these last souls of mine to get a level. Attempt, at least. And I can get one off. I am sorry I deeply apologize for that. Apparently my antivirus tried to interrupt me. I'm gonna edit all that out, so at least as best as I can. But what we're going to do now is we're going to visit the Daughters of Chaos bonfire. You're probably wondering why, but I have good reasons, and this is probably a good way to end this off now. For we've pretty much have brought an end to the Witch of Izalith, who was that creature we met inside. The two orbs supposedly are two others of the Daughters of Chaos that were merged with her into the Bed of Chaos. But inside here, there will be this body. This body will only show up after you've defeated Kirk the 3 times you meet him in the Depths, Lost Izalith, and in the Demon Ruins. To which you acquire the Thorn Set. Helm of Kirk, Knight of Thorns, a notorious member of the Dark Wraiths. A dense patch of thorns grows from its surface. It is a fitting item for the murderous Kirk, for by simply wearing it and rolling, one can damage enemies. Armor of Kirk. Pretty much, you meet the body of Kirk. I assume that this is actually Kirk's final resting place. We've pretty much destroyed him, and we've killed him so many times that pretty much he found his last resting place. He left himself to die here, in where the servants of Chaos Covenant is. Kirk here basically was not really a Dark Wraith as you would know them. He actually tricked the Dark Wraiths, more specifically, one Dark Stalker Koth, the leader of the Covenant, into a red-eye orb, so we could invade the worlds of others to claim their humanity, in order to help to tend and care for Quaylag's sister, her dying, to try to help nurse her to health. And, well, in one end, lore drone is convoluted. In our timeline, we are responsible for his death. Perhaps in another, he may yet live. I'm gonna take us here to. Can't think. I'm taking us to Firelink, there's a few people we're going to talk to. One is our friend, the crestfallen soldier.
That stench.
For one
And
last
I was
time.
really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it.
Pretty much the stench he is referring to is of Kingseeker Frampt. Our apathetic friend pretty much has lost hope in all of his journeys and decided that there is no point in freaking out or despairing. He was just going to wait to Hollow. But unfortunately, he is going to do something now about Frampt's smell. We'll meet his fate later. Another person we will meet is, well, Griggs.
Oh, hello. You made it. Then let us begin, as promised. It's not that I'm concerned. Even in this treacherous land, Logan's skills are unmatched. No, the reason
Alright, so pretty much for the last bits of Griggs' quest
right.
here is
That should help.
you're going to need
May we
to.
meet again?
The last bit of Griggs' little moments here is you want to purchase off the last of the sorceries that he learned from Logan, our late teacher.
Oh, hello. Then as promised.
I'm
Goodbye
100
then.
short apparently.
Do stay safe.
I'm gonna go up here and murder someone real quick because that will be more than enough to get 100, hopefully. You. Not enough? Okay. You. There we go. Alright, so we purchased the last sorcery.
Oh, hello. As promised. It's not that I'm concerned.
Someone has rung the bell of awakening, I see, in another time. But, pretty much, purchasing the last of the souls.
It's not that I'm concerned. Well, it's really my own conceit now, isn't it?
And we leave.
All right. That'll do it. That should help you on your journey. May we meet again.
And I believe if you talk to him once more...
Oh, hello. You made it. Then let us begin. As promised.
I have nothing to teach me.
It's not that I'm concerned for...
Alright, basically what I believe will happen now that we've purchased his sorceries, he's going to leave Firelink now to seek out Logan. But what he doesn't know is that Logan unfortunately is no more. I will show you of his fate as well. And one more person we must meet, Sigling of Katarina.
Well, hello again. I have finally located my father. All of your help was invaluable to us. Thank you so much. I was finally able to pass on my mother's last words.
Sigling has found her father.
My father? He went on his final adventure. Don't worry. That's just the way he is. Undead or no. Sort of reassuring, really. He goes hollow. I just have to kill him again.
She is killed. You'll have to kill him again. She is implying that she has had to kill her father, probably out of necessity. And she knows of where her father is, and that he is going on his final adventure. We too shall learn of their fate, but that will have to be for another time. My name is Genesis013, and this has been Dark Souls. Prepare to die.